Members of the House, every parent knows that their children are their life. My wife and I are no exception. Felicia and Tonicia are our world. Many parents are concerned today, and we need not be tone deaf to their concerns. As elected officials, we say that we are to protect the health, safety, and welfare of our citizens. But unfortunately, Governor Youngkin is putting our children and our families in danger by the most recent executive order, having the kids in schools and not requiring masks in the presence of a CDC guidance. Mr. Speaker, members of the House, it's not just our children, but it's also the parents, the grandparents that our children come home to. And my family and I found ourselves in the most unfortunate set of circumstances last Saturday as we laid my dear aunt to rest. She had contracted COVID in 2020. Mr. Speaker, she was placed in the hospital, put on a ventilator, and then ultimately intensive care. She began to breathe on her own. We took her off of the ventilator, but she never regained consciousness. And from August of 2020 until just a couple of weeks ago, she remained unconscious, breathing on her own, until her ultimate demise. Mr. Speaker, this thing of COVID is very, very important, and we really need to pay close attention to what's happening to us all around us. And Mr. Speaker, no matter what the vocation, we all need to be mindful that we have to be agile, we have to be flexible, we have to be in circumstances in which we make our decisions based on the information that we have. Currently, Mr. Speaker, the information, not just data, but the information that we have tells us that COVID is on the rise. And we are, as a body, an example of that fact. Right now, all of the data points suggest that there are increases in COVID cases. And in fact, this very body is an example of that. And the governor ran his entire campaign on parents. And now, less than a week in, he's ignoring them. That's why these brave parents in the city of Chesapeake are standing up to him and filing a lawsuit to challenge this executive order. Even the Virginia PTA Association and the Virginia chapter of American Academy of Pediatrics have come out strongly against the governor's executive order because they know the only way to keep our children safe in our schools is to follow the guidelines that the CDC has given us. And the key priority here is keeping students in the classroom, as we've heard all over the Commonwealth, but we need to do it in a safe manner. Parents across the Commonwealth recognize that without masks, COVID-19 is going to spread like wildfire. How can we keep our schools open for in-person learning if school staff, educators, and students are quarantined or isolated for COVID? How can parents continue to work and provide for their families if the students are home and isolated every time they're exposed? We know that masks do work, period. if the governor truly wanted to listen to these parents across the Commonwealth, then he would listen to them now and to the organizations that work so closely with them. Mr. Speaker, members of the House, we are proud of the parents in Chesapeake who are leading this fight, and I hope the governor will correct course, remain agile, fluid, respond to the information that we all have, and then also do the right thing for the parents across this Commonwealth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The delegate from Fairfax.